Elasticity.
Price elasticity. Measure the sensitivity of the quantity demanded due to the change in its price. The formula for the price elasticity is percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage price change in price. How to calculate it is on page 37. If the pen decreased from 2 ringgit to 1 ringgit and the quantity demand for pen increased from 40 to 50 units, calculate the price elasticity of demand. Generally, the coefficient of price elasticity of demand always show a negative sign because there is an inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded. Therefore, we use the absolute value and the negative sign can be omitted. Degree of price elasticity of demand. First, elasticity of demand is a condition in which a small percentage change in the quantity demanded. Inelastic demand is a condition which a large percentage change in the price will only affect the quantity demanded by a small percentage. Third, unitary elastic is a condition which a percentage change in the price equal a percentage change in quantity demand. Perfectly inelastic is a condition in which the quantity demanded does not change as the price change. 5. Perfect elastic is a condition which a small percentage change in quantity demanded. Determinants of price elasticity demand. First, existence of substitutes. For product with many substitutes, demand is more elastic because consumers are very responsive to change in the price of the product. For example, if the price of apple increase, consumer can substitute apple with other fruits. Second, proportion of expenditure of a good. Demand sometimes depend on the value of a good. In example, if the price of tomato increased by 10 cents, consumer will be less sensitive for the price change. Nature of goods. The demand for necessity goods is elastic compared to the demand for less important goods. Income level. People in the higher income group will tend to have inelastic demand because they become less sensitive toward price change. Time dimension. The longer the period for price change, the more elastic demand will be. Habits. Cigarettes and smoker and alcoholic will have inelastic demand for these goods. Complementary goods. Goods that have joint demand are inelastic. For example, pen and infrequent purchase product. Products which are purchased more frequently, such as coffee and sugar, will tend to have inelastic demand. Elasticity along a linear demand curve is not the same concept as a slope. The price elasticity of demand for a downward sloping linear demand curve varies, but slope is constant. Price elasticity of demand in relation to the total revenue. Total revenue equal to price times quantity. Demand is inelastic and increase in price will lead to an increase to total revenue. Demand is elastic and increase in price will lead to a decrease in total revenue. Demand is unitary, elastic, and increase or decrease price will not affect total revenue. Practical importance of price elasticity of demand. Pricing theory. Seller can fix a higher price for products which are inelastic for demanded to earn higher revenue. Price elastic is demand provide information of the effect of the price change in total revenue. Example, when price cigarettes increase, total revenue increase because demand for cigarettes is inelastic. Second, public finance theory. Price elasticity of demand also help government to plan its taxation policies. The government can impose higher taxes for goods with inelastic demand and the lower taxes if the demand is elastic.
Income elasticity of demand. So, what is income elasticity of demand? The responsiveness of sensitivity of changes in the quantity demanded for a product due to a change in the income. In income elasticity, we have three responses. Firstly, we have an elastic income. That is condition in which the quantity demanded for a product increases as income increases, although the income increases faster than the quantity demanded. The types of good is normal goods and the curve are upward sloping. Secondly, elastic income. That is a condition in which as the income increases, the quantity demanded for a product increases, although the latter increases at a faster rate. The types of good is illusory good. Thirdly, negative income. That is a condition in which the quantity demanded for a product decreases as income increases. Type of good is given goods or inferior good. Lastly is zero income. That is a condition in which the quantity demanded for a product does not change, although income increases. The types of good is necessity good. There are two practical importance of income elasticity of demand. First is forecasting. Forecasting is knowledge of income elasticity demand allow manager to forecast future demand and prepare supply to meet demand. Second is promotional strategy. Promotional strategy is different target groups are chosen to promote different products. Cross elasticity of demand. Measure the responsiveness or sensitivity of quantity demand for a product due to a change in the price of related product. In this topic, we have three responses of elasticity. First is positive cross elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will increase the quantity demanded for another product. This response is applicable to substitute goods. For example, when the price of chicken increases, the quantity demanded for beef will increase too. Second is negative cross elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will decrease the demand for another product. This response is applicable to complementary goods. For example, when price of ink increase, the quantity demand for pen will decrease. Lastly is zero cross elasticity. An increase in the price of one product will decrease the demand for another product. This response has no relationship. For example, an increase in the price of oil has no effect on the demand for houses.
We've learned about elasticity of demand. So now we are going to look at elasticity of supply. So elasticity of supply only consists of one part, which is price elasticity of supply. What is price elasticity of supply? Price elasticity of supply measures the sensitivity or responsiveness of the quantity supplied due to a change of price of a product or service. The formula to find the price elasticity of supply is rate of change of quantity supplied over the rate of change of price. So, when there is a question how to calculate it, price elasticity of supply ESS equals to Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 multiplied by P1 over P2 minus P1. So, now we are going to look at example in the textbook, page 56. So the question given said that if the price of shoes increases from 20 ringgit to 30 ringgit and the quantity supplied increases from 40 to 50 units, calculate the price elasticity of supply. Firstly, we need to identify which one is Q1, which one is Q2, P1 and P2. So the initial price is P1. The initial quantity is Q1. So, when we already identify it, just substitute in the formula and we got this. 50 minus 40 over 40 multiplied by 20 over 30 minus 20. So the price elasticity of supply is 0.5. We're going to look at the degree of price elasticity of supply. There is 5 degrees of price elasticity of supply. First, elastic supply. Elastic supply occurs when ESS is more than 1. So we can look at the slope, upward sloping. It did not start from the origin, it started from the price. So next we have inelastic supply. Inelastic supply is when ESS lesser than 1. So it is also an upward sloping, but the point did not start from origin too, it started from the quantity. So the third one, we have unitary elastic supply, which is ESS equal to 1. When ESS equals to 1, the point of the upward sloping will start from the origin. So next we have perfectly elastic supply. Perfectly elastic supply occurs when ESS equals to infinity. This occurs because firms supply any amount of product at a particular price. So the graph will make a horizontal slope. So lastly, we got perfectly inelastic supply when ESS equals to 0. No effect on supply following a change in price. So the graph will show a vertical slope of an upward sloping. So now we are going to look at the determinants of price elasticity of supply. There is 5 elements. So first is technology advancements. When there is technology advancement, modern technology, it will tend to expand the output of supply and it will make the price elasticity of supply will be elastic. Second, it is time dimensions. Times play an important role in a business. When a short-term business, it will be inelastic because they don't have enough time to organize their business. A long-term business will got enough time. The sellers can be responsible to change the price or supply because they have enough time to organize their business. Third, we have availability and mobility of factors of production. When there is availability of factors of production such as labor, land, capital, and it is easy to obtain them, so the price elasticity of supply will be elastic. So fourth, we have nature of the market. Nature of the market, where a product can be sold on different market. So when a market price fall, so the other market will not affect it. They will be benefited as one market already fall. So lastly, we have perishable. Perishable is perishable products. Perishable products like agricultural products. Agricultural products tend to make the elasticity inelastic. So change in price of a perishable product will not affect the items because perishable items cannot be stored for a long time. So less perishable products, more elastic. So next, why practical importance of price elasticity of supply? Why price elasticity of supply practical is important? First, it is because of the taxations. It provides and accommodate government in order for them to produce a formulation of taxation policies. Next, burden of taxes. Taxpayers and sellers share the burdens of taxes. It is essential for sellers or producers to know about the price elasticity of supply so that they will know how to benefit themselves.